The following podcast has been brought to you by Audible.com. Sign up now using the URL audibletrial.com/TTV to get a free audiobook of your choosing. We recommend Brick by Brick, How LEGO Rewrote the Rules of Innovation and Conquered the Global Toy Industry. You may recognize this as one of the sources we use in our show, Bionicle Autopsy. Remember, that's audibletrial.com/TTV. Enjoy the show. And everybody say sync in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, sync.
Hello everybody and welcome to our discussion podcast episode filled with background noise of the newly released
Which can be edited out.
Bionicle 2015 set images.
Woo! Bionicle!
Yes, these were found by yours truly on the site Chameleon Shopping.
You're giving yourself too much credit.
24.de. I'm sorry. I have to acknowledge this. So, here's the deal. These set images, there are pictures for all the sets, and they're pretty good quality. They're very big. You can see most of the details for these sets, except for one fact, that is the actual packaging art. Very, very, very preliminary. Most of the sets don't even have backgrounds. The rendering is off. Liwa, Tahoe, and the Fire Protector are the only ones that have actual backgrounds.
Yeah.
And there's some other weird prototype oddities that we'll get to, but for the most part, this is way better than the display. You can actually see most of the stuff going on here.
You can see practically everything that's not covered by preliminary wording.
Yeah. So without further ado, let's kick this off. This is going to be a very disorganized podcast because we're just now looking at some of the pictures for the first time. So we're going to notice a lot of stuff. So first off, any observations anybody wants to point out?
Well, I do have one observation. I don't believe we said our names yet.
Oh yeah, sorry about that. My apologies. Sorry. This is, let's see, if we count this as a TTV episode, I'm not sure which one it is. I think it's 115.
Man, our TTV episodes have been so all over the place.
Our last one is 113, I believe. But then we just recorded one yesterday, so it's 115.
Okay, TTV episode 115.
But this is going to come out before then, right? So it's going to be technically 114, and then the other one's going to be released?
Oh, not again.
This is topical. We have to do it this
okay,
way.
fine. TTV episode whatever, nobody cares. Bionicle 2015 coverage. I'm Messanak.
I'm Barteran.
I'm LJ. I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
And this is gonna be crazy. So,
that's a word for it.
Without further ado, let's get into observations. Who wants to go first? Who's noticed stuff?
Should we do general observations, or should we like go through the sets one by one?
Let's go through them one by one.
Yeah, let's go through them one by one.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll start off with the defenders.
Yeah.
Nope, the protectors.
Yep, officially called protectors. You can see it on the box. By the way, first observation, the packaging. What's going on with that? It looks like a box bag hybrid. That's like
I have no clue, dude.
Roughly
like
hexagonal. Yeah, like a carton.
But
I think it's still meant to be a bag, but I have no clue.
But what about the multicolored Inika in the corner?
Okay, yeah, that's like the elephant in the room, which I know everybody's gonna point out. The Kanohi Nika mask of light is there.
It's an Inika, good job.
I do not believe it is actually going to be the case.
I think that's more just concept packaging, and it's really, really preliminary. They were kind of just throwing anything there. So I do so believe it's placeholder for whatever mask they actually intend to put there.
Now,
Yeah.
if
or just a concept in general.
if it isn't,
Just throwing this out there. If it isn't, this lends credence to a continuation.
Yes, it does.
Highly.
But at the same time, they're pushing another mask that's not the Ignika on the
But
the
it could
product
very
page.
well be a mask that we know of.
Right,
And-
or could be like the Ignika Nuva or something.
Oh no.
There is literally no such thing. And never will
BRB
be.
gonna throw up.
Hey. That's
mind
what. Let's not take away all the stuff that's happened Bionicle so far. The Red Star being Bionicle Heaven. Come on, could happen. But I
No,
don't think
it
that will.
literally cannot happen. The Ignika and its tier of Kanohi are higher than Nuva
So those
class.
protectors are pretty cool. I think,
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
I do have to notice point out one thing. I'm not sure if this is a new piece or not, but I'm looking at the Fire Defender protector, and he's got a new chest piece.
Yeah,
Yes.
it is very nice. It was predicted that the defenders would have new chest plates. I did not actually predict they would look as good as the Fire Protectors does. That looks epic. And it's a
Looks
piece
awesome.
that's used across the whole line, but it really is good that it works with the defenders like that. For chest armor.
He's also got some nice trans orange pieces there too.
Yeah, there's the swords.
Yeah.
They like kind of the gradient change. Well, the color gradient changes to like from a yellow to a black.
It's an old piece.
The sword.
Yeah.
The sword piece is old.
It
Yeah,
is
but the
an
colour's
old
not.
piece.
Different.
I
Yeah, it
think it's a.
It's,
I think that's preliminary. I think it's
it's
gonna
like-
end up looking like what it actually is.
It's
Let me ask
like,
you something
It reminds
about
me of Alex, like sword thing or one. I don't know what it's
Are
called.
those new hand pieces, or are those the same?
I think they're the same.
They look the same to me.
They're the
I don't know
same.
about
On the Fire Defender? A protector?
Yeah,
Fudge.
yeah. I made that mistake too. I'm just looking at the hand that he's kind of lifting up into the air, and it kind of looks different to me.
No, yeah,
So I
no,
don't-
that's the Hero Factory hand. They all have Hero
Okay,
Factory
cool.
hands.
That new blaster's really cool looking too.
Yeah,
But
I think
Var, I thought blasters are gimmicky.
I mean, they are gimmicky. I won't deny this, but it still looks pretty cool. It's like a
Yeah.
machine gun.
Yeah,
It's
I
only the
love
protectors
that
have
blast.
them.
That poor protector is about to get like attacked from behind.
Yeah, I love the look of the skull spiders. I'm gonna say this straight up. I could not be more happy with how the skull spiders actually look. Very textured. It's the closest you can see it more clearly on the Lord of Skull Spiders when we get to him, where you can see the face. Very, very, very creepy, unsettling to look at. I love it.
well the fact
Yeah.
that the little spiders are like heads with legs is just creepy as a whole.
Yeah.
You know what? One thing that's really cool that I've noticed here is the protector of Earth. His chest piece is his blaster.
Yeah, that's very interesting. Very
I
creepy.
think that's a really
yeah,
cool design.
I was gonna say that's pretty cool. I like how the protectors are all a little different too. They're
Yeah, they
different
are.
enough. They're like the original Toa in that way. They're not like just clone sets.
Yeah.
They are using the same mask
Yeah,
or
I was
whatever
about to
the
say
heck
the
that is.
mask looks the same, but I think that's just what they are. Like kind of like a uniform.
Exactly.
I would
I just,
be incredibly interested if the protectors were not characters. Like, for instance, they don't have personalities, which is why they
What, like
don't
the
have
Borok?
names. Kind of like Borok, I guess, but they're protecting something, obviously. They're elemental. Would it be a stretch to say that Toamata would have had a hand in these?
It would be interesting, yeah.
maybe. I guess it's also official that, not as if it wasn't already, that we are now getting jungle rather than air.
Yep.
Yeah.
Rip
Yeah,
in
well-
peace, air. We knew these.
Also, Meso, I concede to you, you are right. That is totally a saw piece.
I'm glad that this debate is
the
over.
long debate has finally been
Although
settled.
I will not lie when I say I was not confident, because in the old pictures it did look round. So it was.
I don't even know if we had that argument on air. Pretty sure that was all off air.
I think it was.
We're bouncing between these protectors so quickly.
Confirmed.
Keep
Gears
up.
are back. The ice protector has a gear. No.
Oh, for fudge's sake, Meso. They all have gears because of how these weird blaster things work.
Well, no, I mean like he has a gear on his saw blade that you can like a legit gear that you can twist and spin the saw blade.
The thing about this chest piece, are they like? Oh, I'm sorry. Wow.
Bouncing back and forth, Make up your
everybody's
mind.
very
Which one are we
excited.
talking about?
Oh yeah, you're right. The fire protector, they all have gears in the blasters, huh?
Yes, they do.
Interesting.
I can make many more of these observations, but I'm gonna wait for everyone else to go first so that we can have a concise the protector by protector analysis. But go first.
I think we're not gonna have a protector.
We're going all over the place. Okay. All right. I guess this goes for all the protectors. I'm not just talking about the fire protector, but it's more prominent there. The the chest plates, are they like armor pieces that can be clipped on to the chest plate, or are they part of the chest plate itself?
Because we'll get to it in a bit when we look at the Toa, but if you quickly take a look at Kopake, you can see that it is an armor piece that clips on to the previous armor that we got, which is what we had originally thought was going to happen. Like they're going to have the new clip-ons that are more detailed and stuff and add to it.
Which, by the way, I love the look of those clip-ons.
Not the pin ones, right?
Oh goodness, I made another interesting observation about this piece.
Huh.
Look at the piece. Yes, look at the piece. Specifically, go to the jungle protector. Look at the piece. No, fire protector. Doesn't that?
Are you doing like an Old Spice commercial right now?
Yeah, look at me.
Look back at me.
Fire protector. Now look back at me.
Look at the
Okay, so if you look at the fire protector's torso, that new piece, geez, that looks very similar to the Toamata
I was just
torso.
thinking that.
I swear.
Oh wow, you're right.
Almost to a T.
That's awesome. See, this is
makes
what
me
I was
think
hoping
that the
for.
Toa-
This is what I wanted, the armor add-ons that looked like that with pistons and gears and stuff.
Yeah, you see, this is why I think the Toamata have had a hand in these. If they did not find them, if they're not fighting them, then they definitely created them or had a hand.
That'd be cool.
Maybe. I feel like they're going to be some kind of ancient beings, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably, yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah. Pretty cool. I guess you guys want to move on to the Toa now, or are you going to...
I will. I want to flip through real quick and make a few more observations. Just gonna rattle off, and then I'll yield to everybody else.
Okay.
Trans purple bones on the Earth Protector. That's a thing. That's gonna make people die of happiness. The Jungle Defender has a bow, kind of like Fluminox from the Chima set. Two-handed, convoluted, pretty cool looking, with a gear. The Stone Protector, that does look like brown with transparent yellow bones. That's interesting. And looks pretty standard. They all have like spikes, little Viking horns on some of their limbs and their feet.
I take offense to that. Vikings didn't have horns, historically speaking.
So anyway, the Water Protector is pretty much what we'd expect. Nothing really
the
interesting there.
The little rotors on the side of its shoulders. Or are
Yeah.
they guns now? I think.
They're rotors.
Yeah.
The Defenders all have roughly 65 pieces. Some have more.
Protectors.
Sorry, my bad. The Protectors all have roughly 65 to 60 pieces, which, I will be honest, is way more than I had expected. And you can clearly see on some of them, like the Fire Protector, they do not just use a standard torso construction. There's lots of intricacies back there and add-ons and attachments and whatnot to add complexity. So, overall, I'm very pleased with these guys.
I'm so excited.
Now I will
I want
yield.
all these sets.
What do you guys think of the Protectors before we move on in retrospect?
I wanna do
That-
what you did.
That's perfectly fine. Go for it.
Alright, cool. Fire Defender. A lot of transparent orange. Jang Bricks will be happy. Silver kind of breaks up his consistent color scheme of black and trans orange, but the mask looks like it mixes between trans yellow and solid red. And yeah, he does have a very complex build, more so than the others. I'm surprised he's in a higher price point than $10. Earth Protector also has consistent color scheme. His torso is also very unique. He seems to be the shortest out of this lot because of his torso. And that club thing he's holding in his right hand is also transparent purple. So that's kind of neat. However, those weird shoulder things that we got in Pyrox and silver, I don't know why they're there in just silver. It's
I'm hoping that's prototype.
Breaking. Yeah. Stone protector, that looks like a new brown, a very new brown. More like closer to Avok brown than anything else. And you can see this very clearly if you look at his staff, because that's a darker brown on the shaft. And yeah, transparent yellow, which is really interesting to see. And then little spikes on the feet.
Yeah.
So that's cool. Water protector has the highest piece count out of all the protectors at 65, and has a wide array of colors. I think those lower armor, the upper leg pieces, are a dark, transparent blue, similar to Jimmy Stringer in his torso breakout.
Nice.
She also, she, whatever it is, also seems to have some sort of transparent color around the torso. Not sure what that is. And then I think, yeah, azure. Or, sorry. Yeah, that mask may be azure. Or just light blue. Looks like a new blue. Ice protector. Yep, that saw piece. Similar to Chi Vardy, I believe.
Yeah.
And then I think, correct me if I'm wrong, is that a new transparent blue meso, or have we gotten that before?
I think it's just the light blue in the Chima sets. I'm not positive, though. It's a little hard to tell.
And then, interestingly enough, instead of going the standard route of having all the joints black, they gave him really short lower legs, which are, sorry, all the joints gray. They give him real short low in pure black for some reason.
Yeah.
Breaks him up from the others except for the Earth Protector. But, you know, that's that. And finally, Jungle Protector seems to have some sort of transparent green. It may be the old transparent green, or it may be new. He's asymmetrical. He has an armor piece on his right shoulder and not his left. There seems to be some sort of blue piece, probably just the blue peg that his hand connects to, up by his head at the end of this bow. And there's the possibility he can just connect to that, and you can just turn his hand in order to get the blaster to fire, which would be really neat.
That'd be awesome.
I'm not sure if that's...
That'd be awesome.
Yeah. The things on his feet, the not spikes, instead vines, look to either be a new type of green or just standard lime, which would add to his color scheme. His mask is preliminary, so much so I can't really tell if that's Green Lantern green or standard Manta green, but it looks Green Lantern green from this photo. And that gold, or secondary color, it's either gold or Keat orange, and I'm leaning toward Keat orange.
Yeah, it looks more Keat orange.
I will agree in this aspect.
The defender with the lowest amount of parts is the Earth Protector. Fudge, Defender, Protector. I keep on switching up the names!
Do better, live better, LJ.
So anyway, that's my observation.
LJ, I'm impressed. Usually I'm the one talking about stuff. Now it's you.
I have to review these later, Meso.
You're right. Alright. Does anybody else want to talk about the protectors?
Honestly, I'm not really sure I can add anything else to what Elder just said.
Yeah,
I know.
Pretty,
that was very thorough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
12 out of 10.
Did we mention that these look cool?
Yeah, a bit too thorough.
Oh yeah, I forgot to say that. These look really cool.
Yeah, wow.
Okay.
Can we? Let's move on.
Okay. So next up, the Toa.
Yes.
These.
Oh my
Okay.
Matanui! This is
it.
exciting,
I'm
man.
gonna say one thing before we get into talking about these, and I'm going to direct your attention to Kopaka and Pohatu. Ladies and gentlemen, the return of a bionicle part, a Rakshi staff. Kopaka has it in his right hand at the end of his spear. Pohatu has it somewhere. I think
Oh, you're right.
I think it's a modeling error on Pohatu,
Huh.
truth be told, because I don't see anywhere that would attach. But Kopaka definitely has it.
Wait, look at those boomerangs for Hatu, by the way. Holy crap.
Yeah. So I
gotta preface this by saying, holy crap, these sets are looking amazing. Just look at Kopaka, man. If people were scared about these sets being too simplified looking and that they're not gonna follow the same Bionicle trend of being, complex robotic-y looking, I think we're pretty good.
This dude looks.
Look at Kopaka.
Complex.
Kopaka is just all sorts of awesome. He looks complex too. You can see all the stuff that goes into it. I mean, he's a $20 set, so he's more complex than the other sets. But even
I would
still-
also like to say that I told you guys, I was like, I'm pretty sure their torso is going to be more complex than what it seems, and lo and behold, they totally are very complex.
Every Toa has some crazy stuff going on with their torso that I can't make out, but there's a lot of complexity going on there. Now,
let me ask you something with Kopaka. If you look closely at the back, does it look like he has back armor, or is that just me?
they all have back armor, from what I
Okay.
can see.
Look at his feet.
That's what I'm most excited for. Finally,
Okay, yeah.
for Bionicle sets.
The elephant in the room, the main thing I'm not happy with about Kopaka is those lower legs and the feet.
Oh really? I thought they
those
looked like
those lower
Mika.
legs stick out way too much, although you are right. They kind of do have that appearance.
Yeah, from the front they look like BIONICLEs.
I think that's a really weird angle, and I'm not exactly sure what the lower legs actually look like, because to me it looks really cool, but
Yeah,
then I
I
look at
think it looks cool.
I think I look at his right leg, and then I look at the arm, and it's kind of jutting out pretty far.
That's my
So-
only thing.
Yeah, so I'm not even sure how well that
It
looks.
might be the perspective. He might be stretching his leg out from behind, so it looks like his leg's shorter. That might be his kneecap for all we know.
What?
You know how it like bends? The armor looks like the thigh, but not the thigh. The shin is like jutting out big time, but it might be just the beginning of the the leg between. Not between, I mean, your kneecap between, the kneecap.
Viper.
I'm not sure what you're saying, but I'll
The
give you-
kneecap between, the kneecap.
I think I understand what you mean,
No, I get what you're saying.
but
It's,
I don't think that's
Perspective
the
makes it
issue.
look, it's jutting out, but it just.
I think
might
it's just
be
because
the
in order to
armor.
get armor on both sides of the limb, they couldn't just attach the armor to the bone. They had to put those add-on pieces on both sides. Which
Yeah, and
makes
because
those-
of that, it's jutting out a bit too much.
Yeah.
But it looked like I guess like what you mentioned, like with the perspective, it looks really cool front facing
front
when
looks
you're
really
looking at
good.
the leg on the left. But when you see it from the side, it looks pretty awkward.
Hands down.
not
It
gonna lie.
does look good from the
The
front.
spear really fits Kopaka as a character.
Is that a shield or like
It's a
what?
shield.
Yeah, I don't know. Is his shield or like some sort of giant surfboard? It doesn't really look like it protects him from a lot.
Yeah, well,
Such,
know?
such
You
is the
guys have-
classic issue of Bionicle Shield.
no, such is a classic issue of Kopaka. He's only ever had one shield that actually gave him any sort of protection, and that was when he was a Toa Nuva. Remember his
That's
original.
true.
Yeah,
His
that's
original
my
they have
fault.
all the
It
holes.
was like a circle.
I honestly wish he had a circle shield around. If he had a circle shield, he would be basically like Pyrrha. If you think about it,
Yeah,
the shield and the
pretty much.
spear, doing that kind of
I
Roman
don't think
gladiator
it would suit
style.
the new set if he had a circle shield, because he has really big armor, and you just have this tiny little
Yeah.
circle shield.
I mean, like it would be like a giant circle shield.
I do
Oh,
love the
yeah,
look
so
of
that'd
that
be
shield
cool.
piece, though. You gotta admit that
Yeah.
looks incredibly textured. That looks like
Yeah.
it's straight out of the first Bionicle.
It looks like it's made of ice as well, which
It does look like it came straight out of Bionicle, so that is very good. In fact, all the whole parts in general just they look very textured. They look very Bionicle-esque, and that makes me very happy. And speaking of which, man, these new aesthetics for the mask are interesting. They all have-
Kaku looks perfect.
Yeah, no, that Cow is freaking cool. If my Self Mock was wearing a Akaku, then Akaku looks freaking cool. If my Self Mock was wearing an Akaku, I don't know, and I'd be pretty happy with this. But they all have a very interesting style to it. Very not circular, actually kind of angular. If you notice, the edges are kind of jutting a bit, and there's like
Right. That's actually good.
it's a very different style than what Bionicle masks used to have. So
Yeah.
it's interesting that they're going with this aesthetic, but I think it looks really good.
Agreed.
The mask all used to be very round, and now it's more angular. Especially if you look at that new mask for the logo of the product page. it's not. I mean, obviously the top is rounded, but the bottom is very angular in how it's constructed. So it might just be a design philosophy they had going forward.
Panda looks really scary. Like he has black eyes. I wonder if they have like trans parts in their heads that they're gonna build.
That is something to note. Thank you for bringing that up.
That's gonna scare
These
me,
pictures
like a
do
demonic
nothing to
compartment.
answer. These pictures do nothing to answer any of the questions about what headpiece the sets use. That is still ambiguous. So, the closest one, the water defender, you can see the socket that attaches to the neck, but you can't make out what it is exactly. But, yeah, LJ, I guess you've been rather quiet. What do you think about the TOA without going into excruciating detail just yet?
Well, defeats the point. But still, I've been quiet because I got called away for a second. I think these are great. These look fantastic. They upgrade the TOA Mata. Let's not beat around the bush. These aren't just an upgrade of the TOA. They're the Mata. They took direct inspiration from the originals.
Yeah.
There's no denying that. I think they're a great modernization of the TOA Mata. They fix almost every single issue anyone would have ever had with them. And then use a completely new building system and use it to its almost full potential. And the amount of parts they're pouring into this, the aesthetic, everything looks great.
Yeah. Like I was concerned that Golly was going to be the weakest one out of all of them. She looks incredible.
I kept telling you, Golly seemed like my favorite when I first saw it.
That
Still
weapon
not
is
sold
awesome.
Still not sold on Gally's mask. It doesn't look cow-cowish to me, but I think I need to see the other one.
Her mask is like the.
It looks like it takes more inspiration from the Cow Nuva.
I was gonna say,
so.
yeah, it looks like it's more like a Cow Nuva. If you look at the Cow Nuva and that mask, you can definitely see how much.
It
Yeah,
would help.
I suppose you're right.
It would help
Same
if there
thing
wasn't a giant N in the way either.
Unfortunately.
The same thing also applies to like Onua's mask and a bit of Pohatu's. Pohatu is one that's a little ambiguous because his Mystica mask was also very close to his original, but yeah.
I wish we could see a bit more of the Picari, but
Oh yeah, the Picari is
that's the
basically
big
just a
thing.
blob.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But it looks pretty good from what I can see. I can see the lines that are on the side of the mask.
I'm not really sure what's going on with Anua's hands. Does he even have hands?
Yeah, he does.
Okay.
They're just kind of they fuse into the rest of him because they're
Yeah.
black.
They look like the Hulk hands. Bit.
No, he has regular hands.
Does he have
You can see
regular
because
hands?
in his right hand he's gripping that whatever the heck his weapon is. I don't really know.
That's true. That's true. I was looking at the other hand. It looks like it has those skeleton pieces connected to his that mate piece. You know what I'm saying?
I know what you mean, but that is not the case.
All right. The shoulder pads though.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Man, I don't know. Like when I first heard about Kopaka being white and gold, wasn't feeling it. But honestly, this color scheme is awesome.
I'm surprised there's so much transparent blue. He has the transparent blue hands from the
Yeah, that is true.
and stuff. It's like the
Some
perfect
joints,
ice color scheme with gold.
But I'm not really sure I'm feeling the new Liwa color scheme.
Okay,
Same. Yeah. I was looking at.
Lua just doesn't.
LJ,
look
this
Liwa.
is your what? You're a Liwa fan, are you not?
Yes.
Just a small.
Just a small Liwa fan.
Yeah,
Nothing
you
too
know.
crazy.
I've dabbled in the Liwa lore a couple of times.
What do you think of the new Liwa?
I like the new Liwa a lot. It's really cool. I like the fact he has two axes. He's trying to represent his idol, green and gold, and two axes. I appreciate the homage, but
Oh my!
Homage. Oh, homage.
the
Giving
homage.
me crap for saying stuff. Really? Calander's messed up, but homage is apparently the okay. All right.
Hey, I've got a question. I didn't realize it wasn't pronounced homage. So, out of pure curiosity, how is it actually pronounced?
Homage.
Homage.
Ah, okay.
Oh, okay. Well.
Oh, I'm with you, LJ. I didn't know that.
Anyway, I like what they did with Liwa. He's very thin. He's very agile looking, but he still looks really formidable. But yeah, the color scheme is just really. I'm not gonna say it's horrible. It's just bland. For Liwa, it's very unfitting. It's too many metallic colors. But just overall as a color scheme, while the return of what appears to be Mata Green is really, really nice, the metallic color, you shouldn't have gold and silver, or heck, what even may be gunmetal gray and then standard silver in the exact same set. It just looks really clashy.
Messy.
And I wish it went with different feet as well.
Yeah, I was just looking at the feet. It looks like he has like prosthetic legs.
Yeah, it's like the armor doesn't fully cover up the bones near the bottom, or at least from that angle, so it looks really odd.
Yeah, however, I do something that the feet does add, and how they did his legs. He does have that very springy, agile, wiry look to him. So they've given him some characteristic, and I like that Miru. I really like that Miru. I like the original Miru more, of course, but that Miru is pretty slick.
Yeah, it's a pretty good update.
Yeah. Dude, it almost looks like he has headphones. Another homage to me.
You're right.
I mean, homage.
Oh, another homage.
Homage of homages.
Oh man. Also, something of note with Liwa. Him and Tahu and the Fire Defender, the only ones that actually have backgrounds, and we can kind of begin to get some clues.
Story.
To the story and the setting from these background images, especially Liwa's.
Yes, Liwa's is the most telling. I first of all, I love what they have done here. He's sliding down a vine. If that isn't one of the coolest things we've seen on a box, I don't know what is, aside from Tahu. But yeah, you can see in Tahu's and Liwa's, their golden Kanohi are floating above pedestals in their natural terrain. And they're obviously going toward those Kanohi masks. And the skull spiders are attacking and trying to say, hey, no, these are ours, they're shiny. And the toy like, out of the way.
Yoink.
Yeah.
Yup.
So it's pretty obvious they're going on another quest for the masks, which lends either credence, it lends credence to nothing, reboot or continuation.
I do wonder what that huge spire is.
Yeah, I was gonna note the tower. There's that large
Yeah.
tower in the display that we were talking about, and there seems to be another one here.
Way
I'll be
bigger
honest,
than I thought.
This does not look like anything that we saw in Modanui previously, but in
Yeah,
the rebooted
Lucario.
Modanui it might be different. Or it might be Spheris Magna.
Mm-hmm.
They're making it really hard for us. Like,
I don't know.
yeah.
The golden mask, it kind of looks like Vakama's mask. I don't know about it. It's probably not. I'm just gonna say it kind of does. Just a little.
Bakama's man.
You know, before not when he was a Taraga, when he was a Toa.
I can
remember the
kind of
name
see
of the
it, like
mask.
you're talking about.
I don't know. It just.
I don't-
I'm just getting Vakama vibes off that mask.
Off of which one?
For Liwa, the golden mask.
Oh, the new Mirio. Okay.
No, the golden mask.
The golden
it's-
mask is the mirror.
It's the new Mirio.
It's the same.
It's the same mask.
Oh.
They all have golden versions of their mask that they found.
To be fair, it does look a little different because of the confidential mark. It's obscuring the Liwa's actual mask, so
It does look a bit different because I feel like the one Leo is wearing, it looks like there's a bit more texture on the the face part of
Yeah.
it. But it's the same mask.
I can definitely see the Miru inspiration though. That's what I
Yeah.
like about it.
Yeah, I guess
It's very clear in
the
homage.
gaps in the mask on each side of the cheek area.
Yeah. I can kind of see what Alder meant too. Like it looks like it's a Mirio wearing headphones.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what?
Yeah.
Yeah. Beats by Dre.
Shout out to Beats.
Shout out to Beats.
Wow.
Go spend your
Wait,
money.
wait,
That's
did you
some
say
subliminal.
That's now an on-air joke. But
Wait, did you just say Beats by Dre?
yeah.
Yes.
No, okay. Well, Beats by Jay. Anyway.
Oh.
No! Stop it!
Oh.
I feel like I'm dumber after hearing that. I feel like my
No.
IQ has gone down after hearing you
LJ,
say
that was a
those
joke
words.
that I wish I could have ignored and given you a silent treatment for, but that was
Oh man.
that was beyond
That was
LJ.
so bad.
That was man.
Yeah.
I feel more
Well-
brain damaged than I already am. Some of my brain cells just died.
Well, all the Toa look pretty great. Definitely very, very happy with how they look. And I think Lego knows what they're doing. I think they're going in a good direction. I think these sets are better than I could have ever hoped they would be. And I can't wait to see them on shelves, dude. I'm so excited.
I'm gonna talk about Pohatu for a second.
Okay.
Transparent yellow all over the place, just like the Defender.
I noticed that.
His mask looks fantastic. It definitely has Kakama influences there, very clearly. Bow-Rock eyes, transparent yellow Bow-Rock eyes and the boomerangs. Is that a new recolor?
No, it's not. We got them in Oonorak in 2005.
Oh.
But would it be the same transparent color though?
That is a good question.
Because it's using the same color for the limbs, and I know we didn't get that in 2005.
Yeah, but the limbs also may be a recolor of the, be using the Borak eye color.
Interesting. Well, regardless, Bow-Rock eyes, they just refuse to die. They're always present, and I do not mind one bit. Pohatu looks very good. I'm gonna abandon hope that he's brown and tan. I do not believe that is.
That is definitely. Is that white or silver?
It's silver.
It's silver.
Not a big.
Not
fan
sure
of
how
that.
I feel about that.
Not a huge fan, but I
would have
take
liked it better if it was white.
Onua. I want to talk about him. Onua looks top notch. He looks almost too complex, but I'm not gonna say too complex because that's never a bad thing. But he has so much going on with his torso and these huge shoulder pads.
Dude, yeah, he's huge.
That fits his character so well. I love that
Man.
they're bringing back like the character-specific builds, like with the Mata. Onua had like his head always positioned a little lower and to give him that hunched over look, with the
Yeah,
claws and stuff.
the buff.
And they're bringing that back
Yeah.
in Storm. Like they're
Man.
going all the way with this.
Anu has been lifting. He has been going to the gym,
Yup.
trying to outclass Omega Tahu over here.
And he does have purple. Black, purple, and gold.
It's
And
Amazing.
silver.
like Lego knows what they need to do to get fans back on board.
Yeah.
Like have Onua with gold, not gold, with purple.
Onapu's
Yeah.
legacy lives on.
So
And I do find the color scheme a little strange, only because silver's thrown into on the shoulder pads.
right,
I wish that was either gold or just black.
same. I wish it
Or
would
maybe
go through
purple.
black pieces.
Yeah, I
but-
feel like that other color kind of.
It's not as
Takes
bad as
under.
Pohatu, huh? Is that a hammer or an axe or like a hatchet or what?
I don't know what the heck that is.
It's not really a mace. A mace is like it's built like a ball at the end of the stick. This is definitely something protruding out of the end of one ball.
Yeah, no, I think it's like a giant hammer.
Is it a
Yeah.
hammer?
I will.
Yeah, like Nora style hammer.
All right. Yeah. I just wished his
Like a
the
mallet.
handle was longer than.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well,
But
that's
it's
what
still-
mocking's for.
Oh, there's a name
No,
for that
LJ.
type of hammer. It's a maul, isn't it?
A mole?
It's spelled M-A-U-L.
Wait, you have a mole?
Oh no! Yeah. I think you're right. Let me.
No, yeah, I think she's right. I just let's see.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay,
Googled it.
It's a mole. Like a war hammer,
Yeah.
basically. I get you.
Man,
Yeah.
a new Warhammer.
Onua looks
What?
epic. Now, LJ, I want you to
Epic.
do me a favor and set the fan base aflame
Yes.
with an observation.
Yeah, I made this observation earlier while we were all freaking out. And Meso had noticed this as well. If you look at Onua, look right behind his head, you'll see some very telling gear pieces in gold or yellow on his back.
Oh, yeah, I see him.
Those are pieces we've seen very commonly used in large gear-based designs, such as the Axelara.
Yeah. Most
Now
notably in construction nowadays, they're used to like hook Mari tubes up to stuff.
Yeah.
But like in Black Phantom, but he has no Mari tubes. So they're probably used for turning things.
Especially considering this guy has the most amount of parts throughout any of these Toa.
Yep.
Wow. Honestly, I don't even know what to think. This is just too exciting.
Oh, no, it's great. He also uses different feet, which I approve of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It suits his build as well. You don't want like little stud feet.
His feet
for
are
that
really
guy.
his claws, aren't they?
No, they're his feet.
I mean, like sorry, not really
Yeah,
his claws. Like
I
they're not
understand what you
actually his
mean.
claws, but they emulate that
They have a
design of his
likeness,
claws.
yeah.
Yeah.
You see, those are the feet I wish they had used on Liwa.
Actually, yeah, I can see that. It's like the old Anika
Yeah, those feet.
feet.
I was
the boot
actually
ones like that.
thinking they just looked very tribal, and I like that.
Yeah.
Like
Well, they
for
kind of look
Liwa.
like toes, don't they? Like feet.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, you can like grapple on the vines and stuff
Yeah,
with his feet, like a monkey.
Exactly.
Yeah. So Onua was my favorite prior. He's still my favorite now. If I
My
had
favorite.
To say.
My favorite is our old buddy Omega Tahu here.
Okay, yeah, Tahu is making the transition very well, if I do say
Dude.
so.
Tahu is rocking that arm armor, man. That looks really good.
Yup.
Gold looks better on him than anybody else.
Yeah.
It really does.
He gives us a clue as to how the torso is built, and yet I still can't make heads or tails out of it. I can see there's gaps, but I can't tell how it's constructed exactly. I'm at a loss. It looks complex, though.
That how is a lot more square than I thought it would be too. It's funny
Okay.
because it doesn't really look too different than the display, but I just really noticed it here. It's a very square design.
It is. Yeah, it is.
The
what's
surfboard
this-
looks the same as Kopaka's shield a bit.
What's
It's
the
the same
symbol?
piece.
What's the symbol for Omega? Like,
It's
like
it's
a
a circle with like some
with like little.
it's in the on-air trailer.
It's like O with little legs. All right, Arnie, calm down.
Shut it, you stupid child. Anyway,
Why you gotta be so rude, LJ?
So,
Jeez.
wow, guy. Anyway, why are you pointing that out, LJ?
I'm asking. Okay, that's a symbol. Look at his forehead.
I'm looking.
Look, you see that vent? Look around the vent. What
Right.
forms his eyebrows?
I kind of see that,
You see, I was
kinda.
it. You know,
but not really. No.
it's like a U, and the Omega symbol. If you like rounded it, if you carved it out a little bit, it could form.
And if you
like
turn
a
it
U.
upside down.
Yeah. I don't know. It's
I
a
get-
stretch, but it's
It's
just
a big
something I'm-
stretch, but
Okay,
I
this is what happened, right? Greg got off the interview and he's like, "Okay, guys, there's this kid and he has like these weird prophetic dreams. We have to make sure this ends up in the thing. All right, we have to do it, else the end times are gonna happen." Exactly how it went.
Something I also want to note is that these sets, the confidential logo says 2014, which means not too long ago these sets were made. Most sets are like 2013, the year before, whenever we get
Well,
pictures.
the images are.
These have been in the pipeline a very short amount of time, I would think.
Well, I mean, isn't it saying the images are copyright 2014, not
Yeah,
the actual?
but-
I mean, I'm assuming they've talked about this line and the sets and stuff for a very long time.
Yeah, probably. I just felt like
So.
pointing that out.
Yeah, no, it's
That's the first time I've ever seen, I think, confidential markings where the images are copyrighted the same year we get them. But
God, Tahu looks so cool.
Man, look at that.
Tahu does look pretty fantastic.
I'm gonna be so
gonna lie.
broke when these get
I
released.
know. He also has the glowing eyes, which is very noticeable. Blue instead of pink.
They're
Which is-
not pink or yellow. They're blue.
Right.
I kind of like
So
it.
I like it too. I think it
Maybe
looks
he's
good.
cheap powered in this. No.
Don't even go there, Kahi.
Cheap
One thing-
power.
one thing I'm still not so sure about, and we're gonna get into this again when we get to Lord of Skull Spiders, but the printed chest piece. Not sure how I feel about that.
Yeah, no,
I kind of like it.
Here. They might do a thing where they like they've done this on Lego parts before, where they'll just give you the sticker, and you put that on the chest piece.
No. All the chest plates of that style have always been printed.
Yeah, they're not gonna put stickers.
I
No.
hope not, because I'd do a terrible job of his chest, and I don't want that to happen.
Yeah, I just
Yeah,
hope it's
screw
less
this up.
gold, more red, and it'll be fine.
I like put it on
So-
it all like wonky.
Yeah. With that said, I think it is time we talk about Lord of Skull Spiders. The biggest oddball out of all of them.
While we talk about Lord of Skull Spiders, should we also talk about the Skull Spiders as well? Because I don't think we've really
Yes.
covered them. I mean, there's not much to talk about,
Yeah.
but
They're a thing. They're multicolored. If I didn't know better, I'd say they'd be glow in the dark. But
Some of them probably.
some of them maybe will be. Very simple. 5 pieces from the looks of things. Skull spider head with 4 legs. And I think the head looks fantastic.
I do too. It's a really nice design. And that mask is also included with Lord of Skull Spiders in gold.
Yep.
Now, is Lord of Skull Spiders, or should I say, what was it, Crata or whatever?
Skull with Crata.
Skull Crata, which is, it's a weird name, but it's way better than Lord of Skull Spiders, so I'll take it.
It is, I concur.
Yeah.
I don't think it's final. I think it's early prototype.
But I'm going to call him Crata for now, because I think that's not actually that bad of a name. But I think Crata here, I think, yeah, does he have that, mask anywhere on his build? Because I don't think I noticed it.
I do not think so.
Which is interesting that he has it, because so far everyone else has had the mask and, used in
Yeah.
their build.
I do not have a clue how this guy is built. It looks absurd. Because up till now, I had thought that the pieces connecting his, like, the actual feet, the claw, leg piece, whatever, were a new piece that was a ball joint on both ends, and it plugged into the socket and then connected to the other part of his legs. It's not.
Actually.
Okay.
It's not. It's just a clitorian neck. So I don't know how that works with his build. I don't know what that piece would attach to.
It's attaching to Technic beams.
Seriously?
Yeah, I noticed this early on. I was waiting till now to mention it. All of his legs are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, approximately 8 pieces per leg. If you're going to
Really?
attach maybe about 7, because it looks like the front 2 legs only have the spikes. But you attach the armor on via that piece Kopaka's using on his legs, on the front of his legs, to attach the armor on. But yeah, look, they're Technic beams. You can see the red pins below
You're
his
right.
head.
Man. Whoa.
And you can see the
Huh.
bend, the general bend. I've seen that piece before. It's used in sets like a Kreka and Sidorak, and
Yeah.
so on and so forth. So
Are
all
those
of his-
transparent beams?
They
They
are
are
indeed.
They
Yeah.
are indeed. Yeah.
Ooh,
But
that is...
that.
I wonder if he's gonna have a Technic function where, like, you twist a gear and the legs move up and down.
That would be cool. I can see that considering his
Very,
piece count.
very Manas inspired.
Yeah. But
Hmm.
that
Right.
means that, all of his legs have no no posability whatsoever. They're fixed.
That's interesting.
Well, we don't know that just yet, but that is an interesting...
That's
Nah,
awesome.
probably a
if they're
safe bet.
constructed like this, I mean, probably at the base, at his torso, you can like move them up and down, but he doesn't have any knees. He has no joints on the actual leg.
Yeah, that is very,
Alright.
very true.
Can I bring
looks
up
like-
something that I've
Okay.
been wanting to hold on for a bit? I'm not sure if it really has to do much with set design, but it's about story. Because, one, Crata is spelled wrongly on this box art.
Wrongly.
Wrongly. It's spelled wrong. There's supposed to be 2 A's after the KR.
Well, I don't think it's
Right, no,
meant
but-
to be Crata.
The big thing is, well, do you think it's not meant to be? Because if it is, this points towards more of a reboot than a continuation. Because all the Crata are gone in the actual Bionicle canon. They're all wiped out
No,
by
they
Tahu.
No, they're not.
No,
I don't
no,
think.
no, they aren't.
I don't
No.
think that was.
They aren't.
I don't think that's meant to be Karada with 2 A's. I think this is something completely different.
What? Okay. What is not? There's not anything about that.
I'm pretty sure Karada's just a name that they gave.
Okay, they just gave it to it. I mean,
Yeah.
does that mean are they reusing the name then? Does this also still point towards?
Well, they're
a
not.
reboot?
They're not reusing it because it's not the same name. It's Karada with 1 A, not 2 A's. It's a different
It
word.
could be pronounced
It just sounds the same.
differently. Like cracker.
I get.
But-
All right. So if they,
But
it's
we
like-
also don't even know if this is his name because
It's
it's also
not.
very preliminary.
I guess so. It's like if they have Tahu, there's 2 A's in Tahu, and it's like it's a new character. You know, it doesn't seem all right.
I understand what you're talking about.
I would get that if you know Karada was actually like an important thing or word or name at all, but really it isn't.
And remember what they did with like Jala and Holly? Well, actually Jala more. Like G, like they G, not G, J L
Right.
A L A. And
Yes.
then
They
in
changed
06
it.
they changed it.
I'm just kind of pointing to what it actually means for a continuation or reboot, because that's something that's really important to me as someone who follows this story quite a bit.
It
Continuation or
is
reboot
quite
kind of
possible that they
important.
were going to take inspiration from the Karada to act as some kind of new skull spider thing. I don't know, but they dropped it, which is why his new name is Lord of Skull Spiders, because that is final. There's no way that's not the case at this point,
right.
based on what we've seen. So I do not.
So
really
initially
know.
it was called the Skull Crata.
Yes.
I wonder I wonder if these skulls are actually, you know, the body of the spiders, or if they're just like kind of like crabbing it up, you know, like a crab using the skull as a shell.
Yeah, that could be
Right.
interesting.
And if that is the case,
That's creepy.
whose skulls are these?
Mm,
The skull does. I mean, it looks like that mask in the display though a little bit, doesn't it? The golden mask. Now
Does
that you
it?
have a better look at, yeah.
not really.
I don't see it,
you
man.
Kind of see
No.
it. The
No, I don't see
no.
it, man.
you don't see
I
it
think
like the
put
mouth
your glasses
portion
on,
and like
Kai.
No, the mask in the display had like a nose, like it went outwards. The
so
nose.
does this has a nose.
No, but he has more of a Voldemort nose though. This guy.
That is true.
You know,
It's
like
more
the
of a Voldemort
snake-esque
nose.
nose.
I love that piece so much.
Honestly, the only similarity I can see between the skull and that mask is that it has cheekbones, basically.
Yeah. Looking at it again, I guess that is true. I was looking at it from memory, so fair enough.
Yeah, get
Well,
out of here, Kahi, you're done.
That was it. That was all I had. Go on.
That, I think, is
About it.
where we reach our end. No,
Yep.
we did not talk about the Fire Protectors box art at all, but I do want to touch upon something real quick on that. Looks like there's a nest in the background, lots of spheres. And
Yeah.
at first I thought it wasn't a nest, it was just, you know, some kind of decoration. And then I looked in the one that's actually enclosed in the confidential
Right.
box. There's a
I see what you're
person
s-
inside.
There's somebody inside.
Yeah, I noticed that.
This is
And there's
interesting.
the top sphere. There's also somebody inside. I think, just kind of laying down.
Oh no.
And
Looks like
there's a ladder stretching
There's
down.
I was
from
gonna
the
say. I was
sphere.
just gonna say. There's a ladder to all of these spheres too. Are these like the new Matoran homes? Maybe.
maybe they're the new bull rock. Dun dun.
Oh, yeah.
The
I can
Balrog
make
have
this
become
movie. But that-
civilized and use ladders and lanterns.
If they,
Yeah, maybe.
They
if
used to be
are the
Matoran,
homes, then
to be
geez,
fair.
they're exposed.
Yeah. But I just wanted to bring that up before we end. I noticed that. So that is pretty much it, I think. Our extensive coverage of the Bionicle 2015 images stretching about 54 minutes. We thank you all very much for listening. Please share your thoughts in the comments below. I don't know about you guys. I'm beyond pleased with this. I
Yeah,
feel
man.
very
This
content
is-
with these sets.
I
Couple
love those
things-
weapons. To be
Couple
honest,
things I
those
don't like,
weapons.
couple things I love, but all in all, as a whole, I don't know. I'm really excited. LJ, you like Dead?
No, I'm alive. I'm looking at the Liwa image again, thinking about how I'm gonna switch all that gold for lime when I get this set.
Leo 2.0.
And
Yeah.
and then immediately switch it back because I have to review it.
Oh, yeah. You're very right. Does anybody have any
really
closing
excited.
Will
comments?
you include that new Lua in the review?
No.
The Lua? Are you not gonna like point? This is what they should do. With
I'll
the
make
set.
it a separate video, like things that I would have liked to have seen, and then just do a slideshow.
Can we end already?
Yeah. My
Yeah.
phone's starting to go crazy.
All right.
Okay, fine. But yeah, thank you all very much for listening. Please leave your thoughts below and on our website and on our message boards at board.ttvpodcast.com, and the website's just ttvpodcast.com. Thank you very much for watching, and we will see you all next time. I'm Messinek.
I'm Barteran.
I'm LJ.
I'm Kahi.
I'm Viper.
Goodbye.